Yeah, just really proud of this team. It was nice to do it in front of our home crowd. I thought we played really well both games, timely hitting, different stars each game. Tonight's night was Hansen, Hope, Gianna Johns really playing well, Alyssa Brito, kind of working down the lineup. You got your consistencies up in the top, but everybody's kind of pitching in. It was cool to see Hope come out to a crowd and Jordy come in to finish. Um, just really proud of this team. This is hard to do. I think you all know that. We don't talk too much about it, but it's a grind. And to be able to continue this kind of run has been phenomenal, and really proud of this program. Our coaches have been outstanding, support staff through the roof. So it's just an all-in, buy-in by everybody, and here we are right now, championship.
Yeah, if kind of all of you could answer this question, but that play at the plate when Riley Boone threw it home from left field and you tagged her out. Just how big was that for y'all to keep the momentum in your direction? And if like you can answer.
It was huge for us, and I think it was huge for Riley Boone because she hasn't been getting maybe today the at-bats that she wanted. And that throw just kind of wiped away everything and just really gave us a charge. It was big.
That was really, really awesome. And I was in a tough spot there, and just knowing that they're behind me 1,000%, Boone with an amazing throw and you with an amazing tag, like we practice that every day, and it's so nice to see our hard work paying off, and obviously it was awesome to grab that momentum.
Boone is one of the best outfielders I think I've ever played with, and to see her execute that play in the big moment was just huge for us. It really sealed the deal on the game, in my opinion. That's what really put us in the win territory.
Yeah, Kinzie, wanted to ask you about your third inning at bat.
Mhm.
It's been a little bit rough for you, I think
Yeah.
it's fair to say, recently at the plate. How have you felt, especially over this last couple games at the plate? Did you feel like you were on the verge of a breakthrough? And just, what was that moment like for you? And what can this mean for you sort of moving forward here?
My teammates have been picking me up for quite some time now, so I thought that it was about time that I picked them up. I've been feeling on the verge for a while. So I feel like today I came in with a whole new mindset, and it was honestly team oriented. It was like they've been picking me up for a good amount of time. It was time for me to come through for them and for Hope and for all the pitchers that worked their butts off for us. And in my opinion, I play my best ball when it comes to late May, June. So it feels good to be back at the plate.
Patty, quick follow-up for you on that. How big was that, not only for what it did in this game, but what it could mean for Kinzie?
Well, we've talked. We're honest with each other. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, and she just came out, looked really free. She was kind of like hunting a certain pitch, and that showed up. And we count on her. So it was big for our team to feel that. I think it's big for her. So it was, kind of icing on the cake of a big day today.
Philip, I just want to ask you, and you've been asked this season, but just the ride you're on, being a part of this, getting to celebrate today, how big has this just been? And it keeps building and cresting. And then a follow-up to Patty, I'd like to ask you if you could follow the pitching staff these first two games, the way that they really controlled Oklahoma State's bats, only allowed them.
I feel like this is my favorite question because I've never been through anything like this before, and I'm just taking in every moment, and it's just really awesome to have this opportunity, and I can't thank you guys enough for bringing me in and bringing me up and letting me have this journey. So
Pitching staff has been shut down. Jen Roach has done a great job with these pitchers in preparation. They work very hard. They put a lot of work into creating a game plan and executing. I feel confident with any one of them. I think today was a really important day for Hope, to put her in front of a big crowd in a game that you can be Big 12 champions and you could be the winner of that game. It was important for her to feel that, and I think she would tell you that There were moments she would want to take a few pitches back. I mean, the count got away from her a few times, but her resilience was something that we can build off of as well. But the experience was the most important thing of all.
Patty, and then I'd like to ask Kinzie a question. Yesterday we talked about Oklahoma State being a momentum offensive team, but in the fifth inning, your team gets to do that every once in a while. You hit so much power that you don't get those momentum innings. But you built an inning in the fifth inning. Talk about that, because you showed today you can do anything you want to do offensively. And today you built an inning in the fifth and won the game.
The fifth or the third?
Third, I'm sorry.
Okay,
You got five
I'm like,
in.
wait, we only scored one run.
Five in.
I'm like,
I'm sorry.
what? I think we are really I think at bats just kind of bleed over, like it's kind of the pass the bat. If it's a walk, it's a hit by pitch. I mean, we're loading bases without really hitting balls hard. And then that's that one timely something. Maybe it's that timely walk that scores us a run with bases loaded, and then Hansen comes up. I mean, everybody's kind of doing their job. And another person I just got to really, it's really fun to watch her this weekend. The fight is Jana Johns, and just getting hit by a pitch, turning, 2 out counts or 2 strike counts into walks or timely hits. Again, Alyssa Brito is staying hot as well. So I think we're starting to feel this lineup work 1 through 9, and the defense has been locked down as well. So I just feel it all working, and it can happen very quickly. Just one timely hit can change everything.
Kinzie, can you talk about catching hope?
Yeah. So hope is kind of like the yin to my yang a little bit. We have very, very different personalities, so I feel like we're a great balance, and we work very well together on the mound. And it brings me joy to see how joyous she is on the field and how grateful she is to be with us, because a lot of transfers don't really experience the kind of love, and they don't come in with open arms. It's not reciprocated a lot of times from both sides. And we welcomed her, and she walked up and she was like, I'm ready to go, let's win a natty. And I appreciate that with all my heart. So when we're on the field, it's lights out.
Kinzie, I was going to follow up with you on what Coach just talked about. Both games so far, you guys have gone through the lineup once and made those adjustments immediately in the third inning. What are those conversations like? Because we know that Coach and JT reaches you guys always be in that conversation to make those adjustments, not having to wait to get back to the dugout.
Our mentality 1 through 9 is very intertwined. I think we're very locked in every single pitch. So we see one person fly out, and the next 2 batters are going to know exactly what they need to do. And I think, honestly, if I was a pitcher, I'd be a little scared, because you get through the lineup one time, but you're not going to get it through it a second time. And because I think we're just so fine-tuned, and we're very aware of what our bodies can do. So we know what to do and when to do it, and we score runs.
Patty, I just want to ask you some more about Jana's at bat. I think Riley had a really long at bat as well. Just what does that do for your lineup when you see so many pitches? And then for the 2 players, how long did it take to choreograph the dance that you guys did?
Well, it's one thing to see a lot of pitches, but it's also something to make her throw a lot of pitches. They were fighting that, and that pitcher was making some good pitches, but we were fighting off. I think that had something to do with last night as well. I think the pitch counts are much higher than what our pitching staff is going up against. It's huge, and that's one thing. Our characteristic of this program is to fight, and to fight hard. And I know in the third, JT and I challenged them. I felt like we were just kind of going through the motions, and sometimes when you just light a spark with them, they respond, and they respond real quick, and then the game just kind of takes itself into another place. So I was really proud of that answer when they got called out, and I don't know. I'm really excited about the ball that we're playing right now. All facets are working really well together, and I think we're in a really good place. And I'm proud that we got there, because I've been very tough with them, not giving them the answers that they want. But they're starting to see me smile a lot more, I think.
Dance, is it?
So we like to get involved with the other sports and the other women's sports, and Coach had the pom squad come out one day after practice, and they got 1 hour with us, and they had the dance and they taught it to us, and it was just a blast. And ever since we practice probably like 3 times a week.
pregame.
We practice all the time.
Yeah. It
It
took
was
like 30 minutes for us to get it down because I don't know what the cameras catch, but when we're not on the field and we're like in a little pause, somebody's dancing. So it's like an all-time thing for us in pregame, in between innings, before we lock in, like we're always dancing. So when they taught us, we were really into it, and it was pretty quick.
And Coach wasn't, none of the coaching staff was there when we learned it. And so
The reason why is because we have rhythm and you do not. So if you needed help, we don't need it.
But we got to debut it for them, and then we got to debut it out there, which
It's
is
really good. I thought.
it's
Really
so
good.
funny.
We've got a few more, Joe Bennett.
Patty, Kinzie talking about was kind of bringing some of the felt that there wasn't any trouble or any chemistry issues. You kind of had the same core, that and some new pieces, that on some of the core over the past few years. What's it like seeing those players kind of just grow up together and kind of continue to touch on the dominancy that continues along with seeing this particular group get to this point? What's that like for you as a coach?
It's very heartfelt for me watching these. I don't even want to talk about them right yet, but these super seniors have been game changers for this program, and they have taught this one well. They have opened their arms, knowing that we need this one. TRA, Boone, Jada. We had to be honest, kind of a cast of characters, and then it was really getting everyone to understand what this program is about. So now it's almost automatic. If someone doesn't at practice run through first, everyone's yelling at them like, keep running. So it kind of runs itself because all of us live in the same expectation. And to see this age group understand that and want to live that way is what we as coaches live for, because it can almost run itself because they buy in and they believe in what we're doing. And we see a lot of other programs out there that don't, and we don't pay attention to it, and they may look like they're really having so much more fun, but I promise you that this group has as much fun as any team in the country, and that I know for a fact. So.
I'm not asking you to compare this, but when you have a group over here and they those years in 2019, I think you mentioned something just like how hard it would be to replicate that kind of thing. To kind of see what you've been able to carry on. Just how unique is that, and how challenging is it when you get to this point to keep the consistency?
This is a special group of athletes that understand that their worth does not come through softball. So they can walk away from the field with a loss against Texas and not feel like the world is crashing down on them. I think we know where our hearts are. We know that we all have more to offer than just being great softball athletes, and that's kind of the saving grace. I think a lot of them will tell you they play for an audience of one, and that is the biggest difference that I've ever seen in a team and a program when you're living that way. It makes everything a little bit easier.
It gives me the chills. And it's important for me to play in front of a crowd like that just because I really haven't before, unless I've been playing against OU. And it's really nice to have like OU fans. Like we talk about all the time how we have OU fans everywhere. It's always a home game wherever we go. And for it to be our home weekend and be this big game and like have them out here cheering for all of us, it's really nice and really special.
For Kinzie and Hope, wanted to ask you about before the game with Brent throwing out the first pitch and then staying out there. Share anything he said to y'all out there? What was that like? See that energy?
We weren't in the bullpen, we were in the bullpen. We weren't in the locker room in the beginning of the game, but I guess there was barking going on with coach and the team getting hype. I heard that, and that's pretty hype. But we were out in the circle. There wasn't really words said, but like the energy that he radiates, OU DNA and Sooner blood runs deep, and you could just feel it when he's with us. So.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.